Of last season, as the California Quakes
What's up, Yankee Hawk, Suzanimal, Bam Dog, see Jonathan, everybody's friend. Brian Dermody's here as well. So yeah, the main storyline is this guy here, Kenneth Lowe III, is doing like Mr. McMahon meets Right to Censor.
Now, the enforcers are threatening to boycott tonight's game in support of their often...
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that, Brian. There've got to be folks here who worked with you 20 years later. Love these animations, by the way. Yeah, this is season 2. Having to spice things up. The funny thing is, they told them, hey, make it more pro wrestling. ECW started the same weekend Roller Jam did, and they didn't want to give them anything. They didn't want to promote them at all. Partially because Paul was being an asshole.
MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, and we have a highly anticipated matchup. I wish that was all we had to talk about.
Yes, the Quad Father, Mark D'Amato. Yeah, he's a rebel. Lee Hawk Rohrman. I want to know how he kept his American Gladiators name.
We haven't even had the first
legally.
Jam of the
Holy
season
shit,
yet,
Kevin Kelly clone.
Controversy. The New York Enforcers were supposed to skate against the California Quakes, but I'm here with Mark D'Amato and Tim Washington.
Yeah, they're in Vegas. Mark D'Amato, the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the crew.
General manager Kenneth Logue III. Does this mean there's no game tonight?
First of all, Chump, being suspended doesn't bother me.
That's right, Lee Hawk Rohrman did pass away. R.I.P.
Second of all, there'll be no game tonight. The enforcers are in support of me, and they will back
So I don't
want
to give people shit for their voices, because God knows I've gotten enough shit for mine.
Mark D'Amato,
But
you think that the enforcers shouldn't skate
that's not how the top rebellious babyface is supposed to sound. Hey guys, it's me, Mark D'Amato. Lee Rohrman, I believe at one point was up for a WWE commentary gig around this time.
Last season with the Quakes and the Enforcers, and leave it to Mark D'Amato of the Enforcers and Jerry Seltzer's office, the commissioner, with this Logue fella, to totally take all our hard work and toss it up. And hey,
Tim Washington, Suzanimal. I knew you were going to have the factoid Suzanimal. Tim Washington was an American Gladiator on the live show, the one in the Florida. His name was Titan, which is the name of another gladiator in the second half of season 1. Yeah, the live show, the politics behind it. Got to learn some. The Netflix documentary more so than the ESPN one.
Who the heck are they going to be playing, these California Quakes?
We have just heard a few moments ago that Denise Loden has made a deal. You see Kenneth Logue on the right, the new...
So yeah, Denise Loden and Kenneth Logue. That's not his real name. He's an actor. They couldn't have given him a name that was like a little more dissimilar. Lee Rohrman went to Cornell. Wow. Good on him. Yeah, I believe they added the pyro like at the end of season 1, because again they got those notes. They're like, they make it more pro wrestling.
Because the Quakes are still riding a high from winning the championship last season.
Okay, I'm genuinely impressed. Cartwheel on skates. Denise Loden was on season 3 of American Gladiators as Denise Chase. He worked names. Everybody's got a work name on this show. And he was in Remember the Titans. Lee Rohrman was. Yeah. Hawk.
I don't think they really care who they're playing. Sean Atkinson certainly.
Yeah, Sean Atkinson was supposed to be the big baby face. I remember seeing like all the media leading up to the first season. Like Entertainment Tonight did a piece on them. A bunch of like big entertainment shows. CNN got them out in front of, and Sean Atkinson was like the guy. I believe his dad was in the 80s Roller Jam, or Roller Derby, Roller Games. Alright, Denise Chase was her married name, not her shoot or work name.
She is ready to go. I'll tell you what, there she is. There's all of her. Well, she's got
There's all of her. Code word for boobies.
I love you.
Apparently she's going to skate the game in that outfit.
Oh yeah, Sean Atkinson, he's being Mike Knox.
Seeing his girlfriend out here skating Not in a standard issue uniform, but instead in this
Hi, I'm
look.
Kelly Kelly, and I'm an exhibitionist.
The California Quakes look a little stunned right now. Broadway Danny Wolf is in the infield with Denise.
Denise, this is obviously
Hell yeah, I
not
love
your
Power
game
Team
night
stuff.
attire.
I hope we get
What
to see
happened to your uniform?
Dan and
Tell you what,
Abraham.
The Enforcer women came into my locker room, ripped my jersey up, and I have to wear this because I'm going to skate. It's not going to keep me from skating, and if they think it is, they've got another.
Of course, she
thing
just
coming.
had that laying around.
Before the game saying, you
Like
guys
the
are
most
scab dogs. You shouldn't be
custom
skating.
You know what?
skate
Mike
gear
Malone is a
ever.
loser, and he'll always
Her
be
name
a
is
loser.
Oliver.
We owe it to the fans to skate. We've signed a contract, and we're going to skate. This is roller
We signed a contract. Oh,
Thank you.
the admin work that seeped into pro wrestling in this era. Also seeped into roller derby.
There are 5 skaters per
Here are the
team.
rules. I never understood the rules.
The blockers wear white helmets. The jammers have the black helmet with the stripe.
So the
Points are
blockers.
scored when jammers lap opposing team members.
Yes.
Here's an example of
Okay.
what I
So
was
yeah.
just
So
talking about.
the
The
jammers are the
jammer
only ones who
breaks
could
out
score
from the back and
points,
circles the
and they
track.
have to get
For each
past
member of the red
the other
that he or
team.
she passes, 1 point is
Every
earned.
person they pass on the other team is
Blitz and Denise
a
Loden about the rules, Rory, 'cause they don't
points.
care.
Stacey
Blitz,
Blitz.
the California Quakes.
They
Packs power,
I
packs
remember her
speed,
because they called her
she
the
jams, she blocks,
bitch.
and Denise
Stacey
Loden of the
Blitz.
Florida Sundogs does the same. As
She looks like
these
a, I think they all look like
monsters
diner
in the World
waitresses.
Skating League go, so go their teams.
It very much has that
And
pro
Denise
wrestling
Loden, that
thing
incredible outfit is
where
set to start the first
fashion-wise,
game of the
they're all
season. The
5 to 10
California
years behind the
Quakes And the
times.
Florida Sundogs. This should be a great one, Hawk. I can't wait to see what happens. And here we go. The first jam is underway. Debbie Rice and Amy
See,
Craig
that-
out on
see,
the
Brian,
first
that could
jam
have
of the
been
night. That's
Joseph
Amy Craig
Park
for the Quakes and Debbie Rice
as a lawyer.
in the yellow and orange of the
He
Florida
could have
Sundogs.
gotten everything done
If you were looking for
through the
speed right out of
bureaucracy,
chute,
the
we got it right here.
bylaws.
Debbie Rice and Amy Craig, 2 of the fastest, if not the fastest, in the World Skating League.
Denise Loden's back to block as Debbie Rice goes up and tries to get some points. So far, neither one of them has been able to score.
Are they allowed to grab each other? Oh shit, Bulldog. Bulldog, hell yeah. The sexiest diner waitresses I've ever seen.
A la her boyfriend, Sean Atkinson, Rory.
That's right, Sean Atkinson's finisher was the Bulldog.
Took a page right out of Sean Atkinson's playbook. You saw a Texas Bulldog.
Amy Craig slowed
Texas,
it
hey,
down. You
he
talk
knew.
about starting the game and
Had some
sending
sort
a
of tie to
message.
Texas.
The Sundogs,
Shout out
maybe
Dustin
they're a last-minute
Rhodes.
replacement in this game, but they're here to skate and play.
Well, and Stacey Blitz, Bulldog, Debbie Rice, I tell you, if we were looking for pregame jitters to take a while to work themselves out, these guys have came out
Hawk
and said, look,
is
we're gonna
giving
play
me,
power play, and we are not gonna
Pat
take anything
McAfee
from anybody.
vibes.
And Denise Loden and Stacey Blitz epitomize that for their respective teams.
I think the locker room turmoil and the troubles with the new general manager, Kenneth
The
Logan,
locker room
has everybody on edge a little
turmoil.
bit, I really do. And this is where it will come out on the track as the Sundogs
Right.
get a jammer out right away. That's a number 8
Like,
for the Sundogs. Gina
I haven't paid
Lombardo
close enough
perfect save.
attention to figure out how they work this sport.
Always a go-to girl.
Like, it would seem very hard to work the sport beyond, like, 1 or 2 people.
Jenny Matthews of the Quakes.
Sean Atkinson's move was the back attack.
Edge up toward the back of the
That
pack.
sucks. Yeah, the
So far,
power,
neither
power
jammer's
bomb.
gotten the advantage, and
Put 'em
there's no
on
scoring
yourself.
in the game so far.
The shitty move.
Jenny Matthews is going to get a little help in the back of the pack, but then again, so is
Also,
Gina
why are
Lombardo.
we tipping the camera? Like it's fucking Dan Cortez, MTV Sports. Oh, jeez.
Lombardo gets knocked down, and it's going to be the Quakes who get on the scoreboard first.
Also, maybe the most blatant case of a promoter making signs for the fans.
1-0. The Quakes get on the
Yeah, I'm not a
board
Pat
first.
McAfee guy. He gets on my nerves.
Down at the minute to the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Like, he's the everyman for the everymen who are like douchebags.
Atkinson is not happy with his fiancée.
And I'm from Indiana. I should love Pat McAfee. Gets on my nerves.
He's the only guy in the building that's not happy, but Denise.
He's the only guy in the building that's not happy. Like, when Lee Rurman gets like excited, it's a southern accent. Oh yeah, that would make sense actually, Brian. A lot of the freelancers that did MTV Sports did this. Funny you should mention that, Bam Dog. Later in the season, there is an ECW invasion that neither side promotes, neither TNN or ECW. with Axel Rotten and Big Sally Graziano. To the best of my memory, they never actually put skates on either of them. But of all the people to do an interpromotional angle with roller derby, it's the two heaviest guys on the roster. And I say that as a heavy guy myself. Jeez. Amy Craig said, hey,
But Rice went up high on the track and got a couple of points, putting her Sundogs in the lead at 2-1. The crowd seems divided. Hawk, good crowd here in Las Vegas tonight. It seems they have an equal number of Quakes fans and Sugnog fans.
There's no way there were fans of individual teams. Could you imagine Balls Mahoney on a set of skates? Like, I could kind of see him, like, doing, riding quads. Like Mark D'Amato.
Overmatched maybe, 2-on-1, let's see. She'll try and split the middle, but it won't work, will it?
Try to split the middle. She's been called her name a lot?
But Denise Loden is in the back
Is that like
of
an
the pack,
insult?
and she says, come on, both of you, bring it on to me. And so far, they haven't been able to get by. Boy, there's no mistaking Denise Loden out there. That gold, she looks like she could be out
What the?
serving cocktails.
Oh! That was sick. That's, okay. Like, I know there's a lot of, like, shoot roller derby around now. And from what I've seen, none of it is as cool as that. Like, it has to be a work, so you can pull off cool shit like that. Cartwheel into the double leg. That was sweet. That's the benefit of this being a work. I love this. Of course, Susanna. Well, you know the players inside out. I should have never doubted.
Let me see what I can do out here.
Yes, Brian, there is a new roller jam. I was talking with my pal Ben about that, I believe. Ben or maybe Ben, I forget. But I was talking to somebody about it. Yeah, there's a roller jam dance competition on Max.
When you see Stacy Blanch going out as a jammer, Rory, that showcases how able she is to be a great
So yeah,
player.
this game is just that they skate around in a circle for an hour.
See a little more physical play there.
And sometimes somebody takes a bump.
And now, after she knocks down Suzanne Shalim, she may have a chance to score.
And Denise Loden's nodding her head and saying, come on, Stacy, come on, let me get you back for that last one. Let's see if you can get by me now one-on-one. And Denise
See if you
goes
can
the
get behind me
right
one-on-one.
and the left elbow, and then the right again. Boy, it's not easy to get past Denise Loden one-on-one, is it? I think Stacy Blake is about to find
Oh.
out.
Wow. Denise Loden, this is the second time we've seen her. That was a little bit of a modified.
Like, honestly, this sport seems way more physically brutal than, like, this era of women's wrestling would be. Look at those shitty punches.
Wow, I can't believe that. Stacy
Shitty punches. Learn how to work.
The period's over, and they're going to go at it in the infield.
I knew this was going to happen.
I knew this was going to happen. Referee looks like he dressed up like Hawk Rearman for Halloween.
Can you believe this is the first period of the first game of the season?
Of course, the perverted crane guy gets the butt shot. Yeah, helmets keep falling off.
The end of the first period as Denise Loden takes her spot in the penalty
Yeah, the
box.
concussions are
And
very
the score
real.
right now is 4-2. But don't go anywhere because the men are about to take to the track. Big
Bill
Barker,
Barker.
Captain
Oh,
America.
shit, they got a
That's
gas head.
He'll be
Hell
leading the
yeah.
Sundog men against the Yak Attack. Sean Atkinson and
The Yak
California
Attack.
Quakes. The men coming up next.
It looked,
Russell
what,
Atkinson
the
has
way
his
they
line
shot
for
that with the
Barker.
light,
Sundog,
it looked
we'll
like he
find out.
had a walker.
It's the fabulous strip, and we're back at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
TNN pumped so much money into this thing. And it did like a third of the numbers.
The cleanest man in the World Skating League.
The cleanest man. They say about the guy whose arms are this big.
Man in the World Skating League. He's always focused, always ready to play.
He has a few other things on his mind, though, with his fiancée.
The one guy in the front appears to be a child?
Here, put something else on, and she said no.
Is that allowed?
Now we'll see if Sean takes his first frustrations out on the track. As here we go, the first men's jam of the night for the Florida Sundogs. That's
Here we go.
Sam Martin. Boy, he's got speed, doesn't he? And he's out there against the Quakes' Tom Smith.
Well, these teams
Tom
have both set
Smith.
the precedent here.
Poor Tom Smith. Again, he's a fucking child out there skating against a power plant graduate. Hey, Dave in Syracuse. It is. Yep, TNN. This aired every Friday after ECW.
Goes to the back of the pack, and he knocks Sam
Oh,
Martin
get this guy a gig in like a heel faction in wrestling. Bumping around everywhere. That was great.
Tom Smith, and he's trying to
Yeah, Mania tickets are fucking ridiculous.
Now Martin will get another shot at the Yak Attack.
I've kind of made amends to the fact I'll never go to a WrestleMania. Oh! Hell yeah!
That's a Captain America role.
Hell yeah!
It's been a while since
That was sweet.
Shawn Atkinson wishes he didn't get a review course in Captain America, but we're just talking about the power of Shawn Atkinson.
Wait, is that dude on American Gladiator?
Shows the signature move by
That
the
is that
same
fucking
name that
Turbo?
America. These guys are wasting
Yes,
no
Jonathan, this is very dangerous.
seen the men, and they're already trying to kill each other. Wow.
Like, not that rings are great protection, but they have a little more give than a ramp.
At least one thing we could probably,
And you can be
assume
flat-footed in the ring and
no
take a
longer
bump.
got his mind on his girlfriend's outfit. He better keep his eyes
Yeah,
open.
Indianapolis, the Rumble's in Indianapolis in January.
He's got his mind on Captain
And again,
America.
I'd love to go, but I don't want to watch a show in a stadium.
4-2. The Quakes
Galen Tomlinson is Turbo. Is one of these guys Galen Tomlinson? Because that guy that did the spear looked like Turbo. Okay, he was not on this show. It's just another giant gas head.
Following Krebs is Rusty Montgomery, but here comes, you talk about a speed skater.
Also, the track announcer sounds just like David Pinzer, which I guess makes sense. David Pinzer sounds like he would be announcing this shit on a Wednesday evening between wrestling gigs. Two. Has anybody been keeping track of the score? I have no idea what the score is.
Sigmund Williams slips and falls, and the Quakes have their jammers trying to catch him from the back.
You're chasing a child. Oh!
Attack down again.
John Atkinson's taking some bumps. Shit.
Jams, and twice the Yak Attack has gone down.
Well, Shawn Atkinson, we know he can dole out a lot of punishment.
They've been beating the shit out of Shawn Atkinson.
You saw a good shot by about 15
Bam.
Sundogs, it seemed like right there. You have to question how much of that Shawn Atkinson can
They really should have taught these guys how to bump. Because like half of the time they fall, they're tucking their heads in and then falling forward.
That right shoulder right now, but he'll be back in this game. He's going to remember that.
Like it's like they're trying to break their necks.
Get the first jammer out. Whoop.
Okay, 4-2 says Yankee Hawk. I'm gonna trust you. They need to keep. Why didn't they keep the score on the screen?
But he's at it again.
Atkinson was a trained wrestler. My God, he must have sucked.
The rest of the skaters to score points.
He was a terrible wrestler, hurting himself in every match the way he bumps
We
here.
all know about the white pony and the lowrider. Let's see if Tony Santiago may
The white pony and the lowrider.
These guys are young and aggressive and great physical specimens, but let's see if they have some maturity to go along with that ability this year, Rory.
Gary Lockham, he's out for the Sundogs.
Yeah, I don't like even like basketball stadiums half the time. Unless I can be relatively close, like lower bowl or closer, I don't want to be there.
The Yak Attack's waiting.
Oh, Bulldog.
A little payback to the Sundogs.
One benefit to the ramp as opposed to a wrestling ring is the slide.
Atkinson, and he's not done yet. He dives on Gary Lockham and a little insult
Atkinson
there.
has some charisma for a guy that just looks like a roofer.
Early in this game.
Well, you got a lot of
Though I can tell they
These
told
guys
him
are
between
really
seasons
aggressive. They're
to watch some Steve Austin.
layoff in preseason, but it's never like the games. And these guys get in here in front of the crowd, get pumped up, and we're seeing a lot of great play because of that.
You talked about Eric Slopey a moment
There's-
ago.
that-
There
that
he
has
goes.
to be
He's
like a
out ahead of the
13-year-old.
Getting a whip for the Sundogs. It's
Oh, they got
Sigmund
another little
Williams,
kid
and
with
there's a
them.
couple of speed skaters out after each other.
Oh! Shit. Oh, they're fighting! They were throwing punches. Sweet. Yeah, the white pony and the lowrider sound like a morning zoo or a heroin addict.
Rory, but I tell you what,
The-
the crowd loves it. I gotta admit,
in between weather and sports.
No question about it, and Atkinson's going to help him through the pack, and there they go. Boy,
Like, I think it's insane that people do shoot roller derby. Like, it should have been bonus points to throw somebody off the track.
With a big exclamation point, he says, hey, I can take it, dish out plenty. He led the way for Eric Sloman to score the points on the jam, had enough left to rough it up even after the whistle. Bill Barker, you said it, Rory. Payback can be ugly. Sean Atkinson, remember.
You know, even though it seems
Like, just work in a spot like that with that many bodies? How did more people not get hurt doing this?
The jam's last 60 seconds, and they'll play it out even though the time clock for the period might be over. Let's see who gets out now as the Sun Dogs are trailing in this game by 7 points. I know it's early.
They really should. Like, I know they said they had the different color helmets for the blockers and the jammers. They should have had, like, different uniforms. Because, like, when they're all bunched up, you can't tell who's who.
After the punishment from Sean Atkinson.
Sam Martin for the Sun Dogs, Tom Smith for the
Oh, back elbow.
Down goes Sam Martin, and I mean, he went down hard. That leaves Tom Smith.
Like, don't get me wrong. They absolutely should be wearing the protective equipment and then some. But the sport, it being a sport that requires helmets, absolutely. Oh! 9-2 is the score. Thank you for being much smarter than me and being able to keep track of that Yankee game. The people in the front of the track are the jammers. But, like, when they all get bunched together...
Well, we saw the Captain America early. Sean Atkinson say, hey, Captain America.
Bam! Atkinson's good at offense, terrible at taking bumps.
But it sure was ugly. If you just ask Bill Barker, Captain America, and he'll tell you. Actually, I don't think he's saying much of anything right now.
He's flat on his back, and Sean Atkinson is back in his.
Are they calling spots in the huddles?
10-2.
He went for the Luthez press. 10-2. Thank you. Quakes are up. Sun Dogs in the dirt.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. Rory Marcus and Lee Hawk Rearman. Tonight, the California Quakes and the Florida Sun Dogs. It was to have been the Enforcers here on opening night. The Sun Dogs took the game at the last moment, and Denise Logan
Like that Hawk took off the blazer. Rick Cash.
See a lot of it again because she looks fantastic. And not only does she
Yeah, see, I'm
Rory, but she can play fantastic.
got my mind everywhere, so I missed the score.
By Denise Logan. But hey, Stacey Blitz
There we go.
I can punch people around too. And last but not least, the new
Yeah, that was a really cool little snap mirror.
For the women, both Loden and Blitz, and it really
The Quakes have 2 people that are 29. I didn't notice. That's amazing. Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Unbelievable job by Sean Atkinson so far.
Sean Atkinson and someone else are both 29.
Captain America, Bill Barker leveling.
That was sweet.
Wow, these two guys have really gone at it in the first half.
Well, I call Captain America the cleanest man in the World Skating League, and I called Sean Atkinson the most colorful. Well, Captain
Like, maybe there's a
America
rule
looks
that,
like
like,
a little bit of bleach on
you
Sean
can, like,
Atkinson, drains
depending,
the
you could have the same number if you're, a different gender on the same team.
And it all comes down to the new general manager, Kenneth Logue. Let's find out more about him from Julie Lynch.
Thanks, guys. Season 2
Thanks,
has just
guys.
begun, and already there's mayhem in the WSL. Denise Loden's had her
The
uniform
delivery
destroyed,
here,
and the New York Enforcers are creating chaos by refusing to
like, she's
skate.
kind of
The
cash,
question is, who's really
but she's
creating
also
the chaos? This all got started
giving me
when the new general
CBS
manager,
breaking news.
Kenneth Logue III decided to suspend New York Enforcer captain Mark D'Amato. Take a look.
It's like she's reporting on a war, but she also just learned how to read.
Promotes shameless sex and violence.
Yeah, 3.5
Response,
seasons is
Commissioner
how long
Jerry
it's been.
Seltzer has appointed Wall Street wizard Kenneth Logue III as the new general manager of the league.
Yeah, they're doing Mr.
Logue's mission
McMahon.
is to bring back decency to a sport he loved as a child.
But like Mr. McMahon meets Steven Richards from Right to Censor.
Everybody here that I am the crusader for the job. This game
The
has
Crusader.
fallen to pieces. Essentially clotted to the gills with excessive sex, violence, and depravity.
Logue's mission has escalated into full-scale war.
Julie
What was
Lynch,
supposed
you
to be
did
a
have
positive
a
photo shoot
Jane
with
Lynch
Hungry
haircut.
Logue suspended the diabolical enforcer, Mark D'Amato.
You think you scare me?
D'Amato is such a better actor than the trained actor.
Next question.
The next question comes from our
Like
own Broadway
Kenneth
Danny
Logue or Load or Logue. Season 4, I remember there was a storyline where this actor played his own triplets.
Kenneth, if you don't mind, Daniel. Kenneth Logue the third. Okay,
Kenneth
I
Logue.
apologize for that. You just came into the World Skating League and you're already committing mayhem. You suspended Mark D'Amato indefinitely for some comments he made to you at a press conference. But the agenda on you, buddy, is that you're trying to turn the
Like
league
this
into
this track side announcer is giving me such strong Kevin Kelly vibes. Wow, Julie Lynch actually has real TV credits, including a TV movie called Remembering Sex that featured Amy Ryan. Wow, thank you, Brian.
Denise Loden tonight is showing a lot of skin. I bet you're opposed to that too.
Well, on principle, I am opposed to the kind of
I'm principal. He's the principal of roller derby.
Circumstances behind it. Some rival tore up her uniform, and there's nothing we can do about that. We'll get her a new uniform. We'll put it behind us. However, if it happens again, I promise you, there will be heavy penalties to pay.
Yeah. Again, this is a professional actor who they hired to act. This is not a roller derby guy that got a job to recite lines. And he is like the third shittiest actor on the show so far.
We're going into period 3 as the Florida Sundogs and California Quakes have had a physical battle so far.
Either in Vegas, so they have to use
Debbie Rice closest to your screen for the Florida Sundogs wearing the Black Jammers helmet. And
Florida Sundogs.
And she gets out there. She's going to have to catch the California Quakes.
Keep getting texts from Kamala. Donate. She cussed in one of them.
And this time, Stacy Blitz gets the better of Debbie Rice.
Well, you see Stacy Blitz celebrating a
All right,
little bit.
Kenneth Logue narrated. I was about to ask if anybody could pull up his IMDb. Like, he seems like a guy that would have like a lot of Christian movie credits to his name. Okay, Kenneth Logue narrated that Bad Monkey show.
Now she comes back where Debbie Rice is trying to block
Of course, Julie Lynch was a Skinamax gal.
What, this little girl's gonna stop me?
Marilyn Chambers bedtime stories. My dad loved that. My dad was a Emmanuel in Space fan, and he loved those Marilyn Chambers shows.
She's a match for her if she can run her into Denise Loden, which she just
The way
did.
the track is elevated from the rest of the floor, it's like if somebody was watching WCW Worldwide and they were like, what if we made the whole thing out of the stage? Love the little animations.
Did you see the look on the face of Stacy Blitz as she stormed out?
Also, I love that they're using the rail like the top rope.
Smiling right now. She's out for revenge. And Denise Loden
There are things I absolutely like
in the
about
back
this.
of her head for Stacy Blitz in the rest of this period. And they're battling right now in front of the pack as they try to get jammers out, and little Debbie Rice sneaks through on the inside.
Little Debbie Rice, I like that.
And now for the Quakes to chase her.
And to think they rented the MGM Grand for like, I think 2 weeks to film a season.
Both these guys have very similar skating styles, very deliberate, very bent over speed skating. Debbie Rice and Amy Craig, they both have unbelievable speed, perfect matchup.
Oh, that was right in the mouth.
How to skate and skate fast.
I was gonna laugh at that first punch and then the elbow.
Denise Loden back to assist again, and Debbie Rice passes the entire pack. Wow.
Okay, that made sense. And that helped me kind of get it a little
The
bit.
Sundogs are putting points on the board.
And Denise Loden actually stole that away from the Quakes. I believe that Brooks Sunderman was trying to create.
I love that Kenneth Logue's job is to like take the sex out of roller derby. But like all the quote sexy stuff is just other stuff they filmed away from the game. There's no like sexy stuff here. They're just playing a game like straight through. They're not like ripping off each other's clothes. Or like saying fuck or doing drugs while skating.
And there's little Gina Lombardo out there for the Sundogs.
Apparently her name's not Little Debbie, just everybody on the track's name is Little.
They're not used to seeing Jennifer Matthews in the lineup.
Jenny Jennifer Matthews. How is that a nickname? Is her nickname Jennifer?
bit of speed followed by a little bit of power.
Jennifer Matthews.
Strategy in the back of the pack. Let's see what they have in mind to get
Where's Jennifer, her middle name?
Looks like they have something in mind, doesn't it? Oh, that'll always work, won't it? Send somebody up over the rail. And there's 2 girls over the rail. And Matthews is going through to score points for the Quakes. And now she'll get a whip along the top
Yes,
of
they
the
should be
track.
going after the editor and the second crew that goes out and films
And what a great job
all this
by the
extra
Quakes,
stuff.
Rory. I tell you, this was old and new. We saw Stacy Blitch with the blocker helmet on. We saw Jennifer Matthews with the jammer
Oh,
helmet on,
fuck.
scoring the points. And over here, who cares about scoring?
The referees are so far my favorite characters.
Continuing the feud we've seen all night.
They're very good at being inept,
After that encounter with Stacy Blitch.
as much so as their wrestling counterparts.
Stacy Blitch is looking very innocent. What did I do?
Who, me?
Bam, sucker.
13-6.
13 to
Now,
6.
and the Quakes have the lead.
Again, it is very hard to just not pay attention to the score watching this,
And for those watching
which
in
is
the
a
World Skating League who are unfamiliar with the
big
rules, the
detail
white
with
helmet
the
that Denise Lowe just
sport.
put on is a blocker
You
helmet.
have to
Last
kinda
time
know
she
the
had
score at all
guard helmet
times.
on, which is a jammer helmet.
Night,
Jammers can
buddies.
score
Love you.
points, blockers cannot.
And here comes that matchup of jammers again as Debbie Rice gets out for the Sun Dogs and Amy Craig follows her out for the Quakes. These two
All
have
right.
been
Oh,
neck and neck all
falls on
year.
her face.
This time, Amy Craig
That was a work. She is a great worker.
Well, and Amy Craig out as a jammer. Last jam, we saw Jennifer Matthews, the newcomer, number 25. We haven't seen a bunch. Showed some great speed, scored some points. If Amy Craig has another true speed demon like Jennifer Matthews in the arsenal, Sean Atkinson and the Quakes got a lot of big guns to bring to the party, Rory.
And look at Denise Loden, a windmill.
All
That
right. What?
right arm.
Something happened.
Amy Craig went right by. She got 1, she got 2. And she's still going with 15 seconds left in the jam.
Yes, they've done a great job.
Denise trying to catch her
The
from
Quake
behind.
especially,
She
but
does.
I remember the uniforms
Takes her
being
down, but Amy Craig scored
very
the points.
boobily. Like they did a great job
Well, that jam
of
was
putting the
Amy Craig show.
emphasizing
We saw
the
her take down Debbie Rice out
font
of the chute.
around the
We also
boobies.
saw her score a bunch of points, and then she
It wasn't so
ultimately
fortunate
got
for like
Debbie Rice
the guys.
down at
Like
the
Sean
line.
Atkinson is like in good shape, but the way it clings to him is not flattering.
2 for the Quakes, 1 for the Sun Dogs, and it's 15-7 if they get this jam started before the clock runs out. There's about 5 seconds left. They'll have time to complete it.
And I gotta say, it's been a really tough game so far for
Jam
Debbie Rice, the
chat.
Florida Sun Dogs, Rory.
Well, she's been knocked down more times than she'd like. But don't count her out. They're down by 8 points right now. You never know. Maybe
Oh,
Debbie
they're doing an
Rice will
Irish shoot Irish whip. Shoot Irish
But right
whip.
now,
I
it's the
love
Quakes
it.
who once again have the lead
Honestly,
jumper
makes a
out.
lot of
And
sense on
Amy
skates.
Konomak.
I think that's what's
Well, she's got a
missing
good
in
lead on the
wrestling.
pack, too.
Think about Jamie Konomak, similar to Sigmund Williams, who we saw for the Sundog men. Very hot and cold. Rory.
I think he's just
Great
making
play
up
out of her.
names.
We've seen great finesse out of her,
Sigmund
but then all of a
Kahneman?
sudden she'll go cold, not provide her
There's
team
no
with
way
much.
there's a real
Sean
person
Atkinson
named
has said
that.
he's looking for a lot more out of Jamie Konomak if she's going
Oh, right in the mouth.
She's going to see a pretty tough blocker back here as Denise Loden winds that
The
arm
fact
up
that this
again.
is
Come on,
VHS
come on. Now there are two
quality,
jammers
it's in
back there for the
standard
Quakes,
def,
trying to score
and
points.
it's just
They're gonna get
wide
Denise
shot
Loden
after
to try and
wide
take her
shot.
down.
Makes it way
4-on-1 right now,
easier.
5-on-1.
Oh! I'm like, what is she gonna do? Canadian Destroyer, backdrop, beach break. Oh shit, an elbow drop.
That from Stacy Blitch coming in late.
No, she just shit canned on her face.
Of Denise Loden, you got to remember she has no pads under there. She does not have regulation padding. That has to hurt.
Where's the padding? She's wearing a helmet and knee pads? Where's the other padding? Do the clothes have padding?
Meanwhile, Denise Loden is still down
I don't see any padding.
Well, speaking of loving the maneuver, Stacy Blitch was celebrating, as are many
Oh,
of these
there's
Quakes, but
white girl
what a
raising the
loss to
roof.
Florida Sundogs.
Getting wine drunk.
The men getting set to take us home in the final period.
Bill Barker
of the
took like
Sundogs,
3
and of course,
beauty
the
shots.
Yak Attack, Sean
And he's
Atkinson
like,
and the California Quakes with the Quakes up by 10.
director had,
17-7.
the director who did that shoot had no creative ideas.
Danny Wolf has Sean Atkinson.
All right, Sean, comment on what just happened to your fiance Denise. I mean, Stacey
He said,
put
yeah,
her
he
on
said
top.
she had no padding. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the padding is on the regular uniforms. I can't see, like maybe hip pads, yeah, like Suzanne said.
Let's talk about
Like, I know she has no
she's been
padding.
showing has really gotten under your skin.
Yeah, I tell you what, if her mom's watching,
Your mom didn't raise you like that, girl. And I'm not dating a girl like
Your
that.
mom's watching. Your mom did a great job raising you.
But if Mrs. Loden is watching, she can't be too happy about how her daughter and future son-in-law are getting along. We'll see how it affects Sean in the final period.
Sean Atkinson does give off big wife guy vibes. Sean Atkinson seems like he might need time away from roller derby every now and again to coach his fourth graders basketball team.
In the second period when we saw Santiago, we didn't see the low router once we got out. He may have matured a little bit, Rory.
He may have matured. I love when people say it matured, and they think they're being fancy. Oh.
Atkinson takes out two in the back of the pack. That was definitely an act attack. Wow.
And that's the top guy. And he has all the charisma of, like, the third shittiest dad at any given middle school.
The act attack. We know he can scream and yell. We know he can talk to his girlfriend's mother. Look at the size of the mouth on that guy. But there's no arguing.
Look at the size of the mouth on that guy.
Like nobody in the world skating league, Rory.
I'll tell you, he laid his body out that time, and the Quakes.
That would be a great gimmick. A roller derby guy who has a big mouth.
That's a number 25 for the Quakes.
Like he opens it wide and it gives him like drag, like a parachute. There's that child again.
A lot of the skaters, because of the humidity here in Las Vegas, have said that the track is much slicker than they usually like. They've been testing certain.
Oh yeah, you know, because there's no air conditioning in this building apparently.
And I tell you, a lot of these guys have not found
Moisture building up in the arena.
right now.
Williams could skate
That's disgusting.
through the town limits of Las Vegas in about 40 seconds. And right now, he's trying to pick up some points in the back of the pack. Let's see what kind of strength he has, though, as he tries to get by
R.I.P.
Rusty
the
Montgomery.
actor.
And Montgomery grabs him by the back of the neck.
You have to think they asked Stern to send folks out for this at some point.
And the skyscraper by Sean Atkinson. Sigmund Williams.
I missed it. What the fuck's the skyscraper? Like, if you're gonna do wrestling moves, call them by their wrestling names. Don't just make up new moves for move names. Skyscraper. What's the? Oh, it's top rope axe handle. Yes, that famous humidity in the desert.
He's got the problems with the general manager of the league, Kenneth Logue. He has the problems with his fiance.
Why is Jay Baruchel helping that guy out?
Well, he has one thing nobody can take away from him, at least for a while, though, Rory, and that's the Founders Cup championship he won last year.
I thought he said the Founders Cup championship.
As the jam is on, it's 20-9.
The jam is on.
Left in the jam. The Quakes have the lead, and the Sun Dogs desperately trying to catch up.
Oh, fuck! That had to suck. They were working me hard.
The Sun Dogs have Sam Martin and Jonathan Russell. And there's the Ack attack again in the back of the pack, trying to prevent any Sun Dog points.
Well, you know that announcer was like blowing himself after the show for being able to pull off that line. The Ack attack attacking out back. Oh, this is a shitty finisher. Oh, okay, that looked a little better than it sounded and execute. Like the dude bounced. 29-11. This seems unfair.
3 jams in a row. He has put the Sun Dogs down. 20-9 Quakes.
Oh, what an asshole. Again, he's supposed to be like a top babyface. Fuck. 20-11. Okay, I thought it was 29-11. I'm like, you guys are shitty at working this to be dramatic.
Placing a familiar spot in the penalty box. They had to help little Sam Martin of the Sun Dogs off the track.
Everybody's little, according to this commentator. Little Sam, little Debbie, little Sean Atkinson.
He's taking a beating here today. He and Debbie
exactly, damn dog. Why wouldn't he just powerbomb him? You have him up, just trap him.
The Sun Dogs, one of the highest scorers in the league, is out there leading this jam, and they're 2-on-1 against the California Quakes. Helped out by Gary Lockamy. Let's see.
I'm almost getting into this.
Take out the Quakes jammer Tom Smith.
That's not even a move. You just punched him.
Ozzie Shalene's going to call it off. Lockamy called it off. wait for the official ruling and see what kind of points they give the Sun Dogs. Wow, they got 6, and they're right
They
back
got
in the
6.
game.
Wow, good on them.
6 big points, Captain America showing his leadership.
Yeah, this is just fighting.
Players show their leadership in big games.
Like, they're not even pretending like it's a sport there. Well, imagine how hard it must be to throw worked punches on skates. The Sun Dogs. I would love to have been in the meeting where they gave these teams their names. Because you know that had to have been like an all-day meeting where people were putting their brains together.
Sean Atkinson has a jammer helmet on fresh out of the penalty box. He says, look,
So many people had wives on other teams or on their team. The Shallons, I believe is how you pronounce them. Gosh.
20 seconds left in the jam. As Atkinson
It would make sense for hockey players to come over and do roller derby. Hey, great bump. Great bump. Oh, he could have blown out that guy's knee.
And Stacy celebrates.
I got 4 blue.
George the Animal Steel is not taking Sean Atkinson's shit.
They're even off the track. The Quakes have won the game in their first game back after winning the Founders Cup.
Yeah, come on, let's fight. No, you can't fight, even though we're just building up to fights. But we're not allowed to have guys fight because it's a sport.
The jammer helmet, Rory, brings home the victory, and he's still got enough left to celebrate a little bit.
The Sun Dogs can be as livid as they want to, but chalk up an L to the Florida Sun Dogs as
Chalk up an
celebrates the
L.
victory. And don't forget, Hawk, the Sun Dogs weren't even scheduled to play this game. It was supposed to be the New York Enforcers in the first game of the season.
Well, and right, and Mark D'Amato and the Enforcers are a no-show, but
Yeah, that
Sean
game
Atkinson
was
wasn't a no-show.
not great.
Captain America, Bill Barker sees a little
Again,
bit.
how did he not fuck up that guy's knee?
The track quick blue.
The Enforcers
Oh, he's
did
going through
have
the stands
some effect
barefoot.
on this
Gross.
game, though, by ripping up Denise Loden's outfit. It made her wear a new outfit, actually.
Yeah,
Right
roller
now,
jam.
Sean Atkinson
Why,
together
why
all
was
the
he
way
hitting him
to
with the
the
nuts?
infield.
Y'all saw that.
Okay, I'm here
That
with
poor
the,
dude,
I don't
that
think
fan just
I still have a
bam,
couple,
bam,
Denise Loden and Sean Atkinson. Couple things to address first.
That's disgusting.
The only reason I went nuts, Mrs.
I hate 1999.
Look at the way your daughter's dressed. You're dressed like a tramp.
I
Oh!
apologize for those remarks, first of all, Denise. I talked to Kenneth Loeb the third at halftime. He had made mentions also.
Why does he
during
keep
the second
bringing
half
up his
about your
his
attire.
future
If you
mother-in-law?
ever come out, according
What does
to
she
him,
have
dressed
to do
like
with
again,
this?
You will be suspended and fined just like D'Amato.
I tell you what, I checked the rule books, okay? There's nothing in the
I
rule
checked
books
the
that
rule
say that I
books.
can't
They
wear this.
said
I'm
I can
gonna wear it.
have
It's the
my
only choice
titties
I
out,
had after the
and
enforcers
so
ripped up
they're
my
out.
uniform. It was the only choice I had, or I couldn't skate. And I'm gonna skate no matter what. And I tell you what, now that I think about it, I mean, last year we let the bod squad rule as far as
That's right, there was the bod
sexiness and all
squad.
that went. We work hard
We're
on our
like
bodies.
the mean girls.
All right, Denise, good luck next week. All right,
Who
back
like
to you
zip
right
the
now,
shit
Rory and
down a
Hawk.
little low so the boobies would be all there.
The sexiness is not limited to the bod squad.
The sexiness is not limited to the bod squad. What a line.
24-17.
What blatant. Did he? They cut out the part where he punched him in the nuts.
But where are the New York
Hey, Stephen J. Neptune, man. Yes, this is definitely roller derby's attitude era.
For Julie Lynch, I'm Rory Marcus. A kiss goodnight, everybody.
A kiss goodnight. That's a great sign off. I think Excalibur should start using that. All right, so we have 2 more episodes. They're running through the credits real fast, so I don't know if you saw anybody, Brian, that you worked with. Yeah, I think there was a